Hello. Today I will be discussing the effects of arousal and attention on emotional false memory formation, a research study by Hellenthal et al. The study aimed to investigate the impact of arousal, emotional valence, and attention on false memory formation. The research achieved this in two ways. The first was to replicate the enhanced emotional false memory effect by Knott et al. In 2018. Knott et al. Found that false memory rates for negative stimuli were higher than those for positive and neutral stimuli, even under limited attention conditions. The second way to achieve this was to examine the conflicting research around the impact of attention manipulation on false memory formation. While some studies suggested that reduced attention leads to a decrease in false memories, others actually found that divided attention can increase false memory. This research study is underpinned by two cognitive models. The first is the spreading activation theory, which postulates that the activation of a memory node spreads to related nodes and creates an activated network that temporarily influences the processing of information. Theoretically, false memories are due to the activation of nodes that are related but represent inaccurate or non-veridical information. The second cognitive principle is the fuzzy trace theory, which suggests that when information is processed, two parallel representations are created: gist and verbatim. Gist is the essential meaning of a piece of information, while verbatim is the exact details of that information. Gist has been said to be the driver of false information, particularly in the absence of verbatim information. False memories can have a significant impact on not only an individual's daily life, but on society as a whole. Hellenthal et al.'s work helps us better understand the underlying causes and influences that result in false memory. This work can have several social benefits, ranging from educational and legal advancements to a better understanding of memory and emotion as a whole, which will aid current and future psychological research. Hellenthal et al. Conducted two experiments. Experiment 1 was a recreation of Knott et al. 2018's repeated measure design and exposed 50 members of the University of London to 5 different Diess, Roediger, McDermott, or DRM, lists at varying speeds. Lists also included words that were semantically related to the presented words, but not actually presented. These are called critical lures. The valence, arousal, and presentation speed of the words were manipulated. Afterwards, participants were given a 5-minute distracted task before item recollection was measured through a self-paced test. Experiment 2 followed the same procedures as Experiment 1. However, participants were asked to either focus their attention on the presented words or to perform a secondary task that required attention. For example, counting the number of times a specific letter appeared in a word list. The results of the two experiments indicate that emotional valence has a greater impact on memory than arousal. Negative, high-arousing stimuli were less affected by a reduction in attentional resources, suggesting they rely more on automatic processing. Additionally, the study found that when participants were presented with positive, high-arousal stimuli, the memory for it was adversely affected by fast presentation times. This suggests that positive stimuli high in arousal relied on the intentionality to encode the information, and thus could be reliant on more controlled processing. The study utilized a within-subject design, which helps control for individual differences and increase statistical power. By utilizing this design, participants serve as a control group, which reduces the effect of individual difference on the study's outcomes. Another strength is the operation of both independent and dependent variables, which were clearly defined, manipulated, and tested. The study's findings are consistent with previous research, which demonstrates convergent validity. The research from the study can be compared with previous research, which increases the confidence of the findings. A potential weakness of the study is a low generalizability. The study uses word lists as stimuli, which may not fully capture the complexity of real-life events and emotions. Another weakness of the study is the sample bias. The participants were all university students, which could be a non-representative sample of the general population. As a result, the findings may not generalize to other populations or age groups, reducing the external validity of the study. Overall, the study provides important insights into the complex interplay between attention, arousal, and emotional valence in false memory formation. This may have broad implications for various fields, such as psychology, neuroscience, and legal studies. Thank you.